I spent 8 years drunk before realizing other families don't live this way. My first drink wasn't at a party or with friends. It was at breakfast on my 8th birthday. Mom poured orange juice into my glass, but I watched her add something from a flask she kept in her purse. She called it a birthday mimosa, said I was old enough now to drink like the grown-ups. The taste was bitter and made my throat burn, but Mom and Dad both raised their glasses to toast me, so I forced it down. My younger brother Liam watched from across the table with jealous eyes. He was only 5, still too young for the family tradition. Dad noticed him staring and ruffled his hair. "Don't worry, buddy. 3 more years and you'll get your turn too." By the time I was 9, I had my own flask. A small silver one with my initials engraved on it that Mom gave me for Christmas. She showed me how to fill it from the bottles under the sink, how to take small sips throughout the day to maintain what she called the right level. "Too much, and you're sloppy," she explained. "Too little, and you're uncomfortable. You want to find that sweet spot where everything feels smooth and easy." I practiced at home during winter break, learning to drink just enough to feel that warm, buzzy sensation without stumbling or slurring my words. Dad praised my control, said I was a natural. By January, I was bringing my flask to school, taking bathroom breaks to sip from it between classes. The teachers never noticed. Or if they did, they didn't say anything. Our family had a reputation in our small town. The Harringtons were known for being fun, social, always hosting parties that lasted until dawn. Every holiday, every birthday, every random Friday became an excuse for my parents to fill the house with people and alcohol. Mom worked from home doing something with computers that I never fully understood. Dad was a car salesman who bragged about closing deals by taking clients out drinking. I thought everyone's parents had liquor with breakfast and wine with lunch and cocktails before dinner and nightcaps before bed. The morning routine at our house was precise and ritualistic. Dad would wake up and immediately pour himself what he called an eye-opener, usually whiskey in his coffee. Mom preferred vodka in her orange juice, clear alcohol that didn't smell as strong. They'd sit at the kitchen table reviewing their schedules for the day, planning when and where they'd drink, making sure they never ran out. By the time Liam and I came downstairs for breakfast, they'd already finished their first drinks of the day and were moving on to their second. School was harder drunk than sober, though I wouldn't realize that until much later. Everything felt fuzzy and distant, like I was watching my own life through a foggy window. Math problems took forever to solve. I'd stare at sentences and the words would swim around the page, rearranging themselves into nonsense. But I learned to fake it, learned to smile and nod at teachers, to copy homework from smarter kids, to do just enough to avoid failing. My grades hovered around C's and D's, which my parents said was fine. "You don't need perfect grades to be successful," Dad would say. "You need social skills and confidence. Those only come from learning to relax and be yourself." And alcohol made me relax. I became the funny kid in class, the one who always had a joke ready, who could make people laugh even when I didn't understand the lesson. My best friend Caleb started noticing something was off around 5th grade. We'd been friends since kindergarten, and he knew me better than anyone. One day after school, he asked me straight out why I always smelled like his dad's breath after poker night. I panicked and told him it was cologne, a special kind my dad got me. He didn't look convinced, but he dropped it. That weekend, Caleb invited me to sleep over at his house for the first time in months. I'd been avoiding sleepovers because I didn't know how to bring my flask without getting caught, but Caleb had been persistent. And my mom said it would be good for me to spend time with normal kids. She actually used that word, normal, like she knew we weren't. At Caleb's house, everything felt wrong from the moment I walked in. His parents weren't drinking. They made dinner completely sober, sitting around the table having conversations that made sense and stayed on topic. After dinner, they watched a movie together, still sober, laughing at the funny parts with clear eyes and steady hands. I started feeling shaky around 8 p.m. The warm buzz I'd maintained all day was fading, replaced by a jittery, anxious feeling that made my skin crawl. My hands trembled when I reached for the popcorn. Sweat beaded on my forehead, even though Caleb's house was cool. I excused myself to the bathroom and pulled out my flask, taking a long drink that burned going down, but immediately made everything feel better. When I came back, Caleb's mom was looking at me strangely. "Are you feeling okay?" That's when things got a lot worse. Full story is linked